Hello y'all and welcome back here in a new video. Today guys, I'm gonna show you as always the best pairs that I will be interested in trading the next week. So last week didn't take any trade as you guys saw. The next week moved kinda crazy. Maybe it was setting up for this upcoming week, so we will see. And that's why guys I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs for the next week. So let's actually start the video, but guys, if you can, please leave a like because it helps me with the channel a lot. And guys, I'm doing this for free, so let's grow to 3,000 followers this year, and you can help me by clicking the like button down below, so that will be much appreciated. So guys, the first pair for the next week is GBPUSD, and GBPUSD we're starting off with the weekly time frame. With the weekly time frame we can see that we are bearish on this one here, with this one being the lower high and this one being the lower low on this time frame here. Here guys, you can see that I have three main zones. This one here, which is area of interest 1, which is the first zone where I think that we can have a pullback to. You can see that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches, 7 touches actually, using it as a resistance multiple times and as a support as well multiple times. So it's actually a very nice zone of interest. Then I have area of interest 2 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 touches as well. So we have two areas of interest, but in my opinion price will not go to the area of interest 1 this week, and I think that we can take the short trade from area of interest 2 because we also have the weekly EMA at this zone here. But we will see everything guys during the week, if you can have the pullback to area of interest 1 or area of interest 2. Then guys, the daily time frame is bearish as you guys are seeing right now. Lower high and lower low, we are still in this range, so we are still bearish. It looks like we are pulling back to area of interest 2, and maybe that lower high on the daily time frame can be made in the area of interest 2, or even can have the whole pullback to the upside there to area of interest 1 and then sell to the take profit being down here. So the next week we will see what will happen. My ideal scenario will be to have the whole pullback to area of interest 1 to then take a sell. And guys, because of these two areas of interest here, before taking this trade I might wait for the 4-hour time frame, which is my third time frame for the trend. I will wait for this one here to turn bearish. So first thing first, it has to pull back to my area of interest, and then if it has the shift of structure, a clean shift of structure, I will take this trade here 100 times of 100 times. So this one here first has to give us the pullback, so 1 pullback to AOE 2 to AOI 2. Second thing, shift of structure on the 4-hour time frame, or not, wait for the pullback back to the area of interest 1 to then look for the shift to then take this trade. So whether it does something like this to the upside, then it shifts to then continue going to the downside, or it does something like this, shift, then we sell to the downside. So as I said before, my ideal scenario will be that on Monday we will have a lot of volatility. Price will go to the up like that, to that zone here, which also has a head and shoulders pattern on the daily time frame. So that's why I like this area of interest more, another head and shoulders here. So I would like to wait for the pullback to area of interest 1, and that's also what I want to see for the next week. So that was GBPUSD guys. Now let's see EURUSD, which is my second pair for the next week. So this one here on the weekly time frame we are bullish, this one being the higher high and this one being the higher low. We are still in this range, so we are bullish. My prediction is that this one here we have the pullback to this. My prediction on EURUSD is that on the weekly time frame we will have the whole pullback to this zone here, which is the previous structure point on the weekly time frame, to then create the higher low to proceed going to the upside, which is the same exact thing that happened here on GU. You can see it's kind of the same exact thing, right? But here now we are under the EMA, while here we are still above it and we are far away from it. So my opinion and my analysis shows me that price may come down here to then create a new higher high. So on EURUSD, I will be bearish until it reaches this point here. Then on the week, as I said, we have this nice area of interest with one support, and support. It's a nice area of interest on the weekly time frame, but it's also a nice area of interest on the daily time frame, which is bearish. So on the daily time frame, the same area of interest has one support, a nice resistance down here. So my analysis for the next week will be that price will use this zone here on the weekly time frame as a resistance once again. And what else do we have inside this zone here? We have the previous structure point on the daily time frame, which is actually a nice conference in my strategy. So what I will wait for this one here to do is to have the whole pullback to this area of interest here and then shift the structure on the 4-hour time frame, because my analysis implies that I should have at least 2 consecutive time frames in sync. So whether is the weekly and daily, whether is the daily and 4-hour time frame. So I just need to have 2 of these one here to take this trade here. So in this one here, I will wait for the whole pullback to this one here, then for the 4-hour to shift the structure to then take this trade and look for my entry signal. So I hope that you guys understood this one here. It's pretty much a simple trade. My take profit would be at this zone here, which is a strong resistance, a strong support, sorry. This zone here, support and support. If I take the trade up there, and if I take this trade up here with a 35 pip stop loss, it can give me a 1 to 2.5 risk to reward ratio. So it's actually very nice, because guys, this right here is my goal. My goal is to make 7 risk to reward before the year ends, even on my live account. This is on the live account and all my profit challenges. So if I reach this one here, will mean that on the live account I will make $3,000 and I will pass my phase 1 on the 100k account. So actually guys, this is the goal, and I think that is very, very doable, especially if the next week we can take a 1 to 2.5 or a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio trade. We are ahead, and then we will need just 4 risk to reward in 1.5 months. So it's actually very, very doable. And guys, the only thing that we have to do is to take only A+ setups and wait for the confluences. In this case here guys, as I said, I will wait for the pullback to this zone here and wait for the 4-hour shift of structure before taking this trade, because that's my strategy. I gotta be conservative and take just the trades that actually make sense taking. So guys, that was my analysis on EURUSD, which is pretty similar to GBPUSD, but here I just have one area of interest, while on this one here I have 2. Then guys, I have EURJPY. EURJPY, on the weekly time frame, we are at a high. You can see the price is slowing down, and in my opinion, it will go to this zone here. In the next week, it will approach this zone here. So my analysis here is to take a short, a counter trend trade on the weekly time frame, because the weekly time frame is bullish and we don't have any area of interest here. But what I like on the weekly time frame is this beautiful slowing down formation. So actually this right here looks like an evening star formation, but it's not completed yet. And look at the week that this market here on the weekly time frame left. The daily time frame otherwise is bearish. The same is bearish, this one being the lower high and this one being the lower low. I drew here a nice area of interest with one support and one resistance. And right now, if you look to the left here, I want this one here to be used as a resistance once again, and look at my take profit, would be the first zone where price after using, actually let me change the color. Since here got used as a resistance, look where it started rejecting once again, at this zone here. This zone here was used as a support. So this zone here will be my first take profit on this one here. So I'm waiting for this one here to get used as a resistance once again like here, and then get used as a support once again to head to the upside. So that is my analysis on this one here. The 4-hour time frame right now it's bullish, and guys, if you remember, I only take a trade if I have 2 time frames in sync. So on this one here as well, I will wait for them 4-hour shift of structure before taking this trade here. So 4-hour shift of structure, or how you call it, change of character, this one here, I don't know if you guys write this like that, but this is my analysis on this one here. So pretty clean. So I will wait first for the 4-hour shift of structure, maybe break and retest under this EMA to take this trade to the downside, and if I put a 50 pips stop loss, it will then be a 1 to 3, which actually, guys, brings me good in my challenge here, a 7 risk reward in 2 months. So this is my goal, and I treat it like a game, because on GTA I was very good making missions. This mission here I have to complete it. So this right here, guys, was EURJPY. Then I have my last 4 pairs, which are the ones that I don't like as much as the first 3, but are still good pairs. EURCAD on the weekly time frame we are bearish. I count this one here as bearish, lower high, lower low, because this was the previous higher low. The daily is now bullish because the body closed above that zone there. Look at this nice area of interest here with resistance, support. Maybe we can use it once again as a support. The 4-hour time frame is bullish. The same area of interest here on the 4-hour looks even cleaner. We have the EMA on the 4-hour, the EMA on the daily time frame. So what I will wait for this one here to do is to shift bullish on the 30 minutes, 1 hour or 2-hour time frame, which one looks the cleanest, to then look for buys on this pair right here, because the daily and the 4-hour are bullish. We have the nice area of interest here. We are not at the highest ever, so we can still go to the upside. It's very nice of a trade, so I will wait for simply the shift of structure on this one here to take it to the upside. It's not as clean as the other ones because this one here doesn't have a weekly area of interest, while the first 2 have one EURJPY. It shows me a nice rejection on the weekly time frame, while this one here doesn't have any of that. So this is why it's not in my main 3 pairs, but I will set my alarm down here to then look for my entry signal on this one here as well. So that was EURCAD, very nice. Then I have AUDCAD. Well, on this one here I will wait for sell. So the weekly time frame is bearish, lower high, lower low. We are in this range, so it's still bearish. We have a nice area of interest on the weekly time frame with support, resistance, support, resistance, and maybe we can use it once again as a resistance, and my take profit on this one here will be at this one here, at this low here on the weekly time frame. So we will see this low here on the daily right now. But guys, please, if you haven't yet left a like, please leave a like, because it helps me with the channel, guys. So let's reach 100 likes, because we don't reach 100 likes for a long time. So please leave a like, it's free for you and it helps me a lot. So this is the daily time frame on this one here. Daily time frame is bearish, this is the lower high and this is the lower low, exactly where I want my take profit to be set. This zone here will be my take profit, and look at this area of interest here, how many times it got used as a resistance. But what I don't like on the daily time frame is that this EMA here can be used as a support on the daily to then continue heading to the upside. So this can be used as a higher low, as a potential higher low here on the daily time frame. So that's why on the 4 hour, I will wait for the pullback to this area of interest here, which is also the neckline of a left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder pattern. So I will wait for the pullback to this zone here, and then I will look for my entry signal on the 2 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes time frame. So this is my analysis on this one here. It's a very high potential trade setup. The only red flag on this one here is this EMA here, but the EMA is just the cherry on top of a trade, so you don't have to base your own trade on just the EMA. You just have to look at other things such as the area of interest, the previous structure point, the head and shoulders, the EMAs on the lower time frames. So not just the EMA on the daily, the EMA on the all of the time frames, and you have to see where price has the biggest potential. This one here has the biggest potential to going to the upside, or it has a bigger potential of going to the downside. In my opinion, to the downside. So that's why on this one here, I will look for the short, and this is my take profit zone, which is actually a nice zone of support on the 4 hour as well, and price struggled breaking under this one here. So pull back here to head to the downside. My ideal take profit will be at the 1 to 3 risk to reward, so we will see what this one here will do the next week. And AUDCAD is pretty similar to AUDUSD. AUDUSD on the weekly time frame, it's bearish, with this one being the lower high and this one being the lower low. Last week closed like a big bearish engulfing, with engulfing 1 and 2 candlesticks, so the previous 2 bullish candlesticks. The daily time frame is bearish, with this one being the lower high and this one being the lower low. What I don't like on this one here on AUDUSD is that the daily can even have a pullback to this zone here. So the daily can still have a further pullback to that zone there, and also the EMA there. And if you look at the weekly time frame, we can see that it's kinda using this EMA as a support. So in this case here, the EMA is stronger than on AUDCAD, and that's why I don't like it as AUDCAD, because on this one here, this market here looks cleaner, while on AUDUSD is not that nice. The same area of interest on the weekly, it's a nice area of interest on the daily time frame, with many touches using it as a support and as a resistance. The 4 hour time frame, it's bearish, with this one being a lower high and this one being a lower low. We are still in this range. And what else I don't like on this one here is that we don't have a nice clean zone of take profit, because if I have to put my take profit at this weekly low, so this weekly low here, it will just be a not even a 1-to-1. You see, you feel me what I'm saying? It will not even a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So actually, this one here is not as clean as AUDCAD, and guys, trust me, this one here, I have to eliminate this one here from my watch list. So guys, you just seen a change of mind, because the more I look at this pair here, the more I don't like it, because it's not as clean as other pairs such as AUDCAD. AUDCAD is way cleaner than AUDUSD. Just look at the daily time frame. Look at this one here, how choppy it is. Look at this one here, how not choppy it is. So this one here, we remove it from the watch list. Then guys, I have EURAUD, which is my last one. I don't like this one that much. So the weekly time frame is bullish, higher low, higher high, very nice. The daily time frame is bullish as well, higher low, higher high, big push to the upside that happened right there. The daily time frame is bullish, as I said. We have this nice area of interest here on the weekly with 1-2 touches using it as a support, so it's a nice area of interest. The daily time frame, this area of interest here looks even cleaner. Look at this support here. So on this one here, I am expecting to have a higher low on the daily to this area of interest here, to then head to the upside and target just a 1-2, because I have to stay conservative on this one here, because it's not as clean as the other ones. So the 4 hour right now is bullish, but if it comes inside this area of interest here, it will turn bearish. So this one here is not as clean as the other ones. I will wait for maybe, what I was thinking, another confluence that I should have on this one here is, first thing first, the break above this one here on the daily time frame, which is a nice resistance, resistance, support, 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 a break above it, to then wait for the pullback to this zone here, which is the big zone here, the main zone, to then take the trade to the upside. So actually what will be nice on this one here to do is to have the break above this one here, a daily candlestick to close above it, to then look for the pullback to this one here, to then target the new high that got just created. So these are some things that you develop with time. I'm trading Forex from last year in July. I have already 1 year, almost 1 year and a half. So I'm developing a new skill every single day. By looking at the charts, you will develop some things that you will see again and again and again, and you will develop also the skill of finding some confluences that before you couldn't find. So in this case right here, maybe this zone here can be used as a resistance like that. So that's why I will wait first for the break above it to then look for the buy. So guys, these right here were my pairs for the next week. GU is the first one, pullback to the area of interest 2. If it doesn't shift on the 4 hour here, I will wait for the pullback to that one there, to then take this trade to the downside. On EURUSD, for the whole pullback up there, to then wait for the shift of structure, to then target this zone here of support. EURJPY, 4 hour shift of structure, to target this zone of support here. EURCAD, this one here is not as clean as the other one, so I will look for a lot of confluences on this one here. AUDCAD, I like it more than EURCAD. This one here makes a lot of sense for me taking this one here the next week. EURAUD, this one here, you just understood it because it was the last one that I explained. So guys, thank you so much for watching. This was a longer video than the usual because I wanted you guys to explain everything on this one here and show you guys my goal, because I had it here. Whenever I go to my PC and look at the charts, I have this one here to remind me of my goal. So the goal for the next week will be to make a 1 to 3 risk to reward profit. So this one here will be almost half done if I reach a 1 to 3 the next week. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Join my Telegram channel because there I will send live updates, and if you guys want a nice broker and the one that I use for my flip, because I'm doing another 100 to 1k challenge, the link is in the description. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.